Okay, I wanted to make a video to remind myself about the extended crafting setup I have here for AE2. Go to the ME interface. I have it on blocking mode, so do not push items into this chest, this iron chest, if there's any items in there. Um, this is maxed out right now. I can add more ME interfaces on the back side. But just as an example, we'll look at this Tristonia one. So these are the extra items, and this is the main item. So for starters, if we do trying to think of my words here. If we do a request, I don't want it to push too many things because it only takes 4 extra items, but it will push a bunch of extra stuff if we don't limit it. So the way I've done it is blocking mode, push a recipe. So a recipe gets pushed into here. Now what happens is there's a main item and there's extra items to every recipe. Like if we look at something more complicated like draconic armor, it requires a main item and then extra items with this thing. So the plan is on this side on pink, we are going to extract when you have a signal, and you're not going to allow these items. I've blacklisted them. These are the main items. I don't want the main items coming out this side. I want the extra items coming out of this side. So it's on blacklist, and redstone signals red. And here I have a toggle latch. So this is, I don't know if I want that. Do I want that? Hmm, that kind of throws a wrench into things. I forgot I had that. Because as soon as we get an item, it toggles. Huh. Okay, I'll have to keep going. So redstone signals red. This red matches this red. I think that's key. I don't know about that. So now for the main item. Basically, it's a copied big filter and whitelisted it. So these are all the things, the main blocks that come out of this side. So they're going to come out online and they're going to go into here as lime with the main priority. Priority doesn't actually matter. So extract on green. And here, these are the actual empowered things. So they're actually the changed items. And so only take an item out of here if it's actually been converted. You can see it's taken out on dark green. And then it goes back into the interface, and then the interface knows about it. Once an item returns into the AE2 network, the crafting thing is done. So basically, made items out on lime, extra items are out on pink, and then when it's been converted, it comes back on dark green. And if we look, every single one of these is just set to insert on pink. That's all that matters. Just insert everything on pink. This is why we limit it. Okay, so the next thing is an inventory checker from RFTools. Slot 0, amount 1. If there's an item in here, output a signal. And then the signal is it's kind of backwards for redstone, but input is your input signal and it's on red. So basically, if there is a item in here, what will first happen is the main item will come out and it'll go in here. And as soon as the main item is in here, it should send a signal which unlocks this chest. So these extra items come out. And then it also disables the ME controller. Like right now, the ME controller is off, or it's on, but it'll get disabled when there's an item there. Then this item gets pulled out, and then the whole system turns back on. But what's confusing me now, actually, is the fact that I have this toggling thing in here. Because basically, if an item comes in, it's going to turn red. Just looking at my time here, it's already been 5 minutes. The item here turns red, turns on, And then it'll allow items out. What if that should be out of here? So can we just request like 2, 3 of those? So basically, it will push a recipe. Boom, recipe's there. It takes that out. So now it can't push anymore until that system comes back on. It's happening so fast I can't even tell. Okay. Everything's done. So let's just go to hardened. I'm going to request 4 of these. What will happen? Boom. There's the presses going. So the key is, I think, is to turn the system off. So we're crafting all of those. There's quite a bit of crafting that has to be done. That's so fast. And there's no other speed modifications, eh? And it's just how it is. Cool.